What's up, everybody? Today, or now, this time, this is actually the second shoot today.
Second shoot today, knocking them out.
Yeah, we are actually going to dive into a question that came in last week, and it was, what are our thoughts on GLP-1s? GLP-1's a peptide, correct?
Yes.
Of a sort? Yeah.
Yes.
And what a GLP-1 does is it helps like curb your hunger cravings and stuff like that, I do believe. It's things like Ozempic, semaglutide, Mounjaro,
Yeah.
tirzepatide. I don't know the others. Anyways.
Yeah, I mean, you're hitting the big ones. So
Yeah. So GLP-1s are commonly used now for weight loss. Originally, they were actually medication to help control diabetes, prediabetes, stuff like that. My thoughts on GLP-1s. Oh, boy. I think it can be used as a tool.
yeah, and like any tool, you can overuse it. And like any tool, it can be used in the wrong setting. Now, these are some of the negative things, and I like to play devil's advocate a lot. So I will always go into the other side of things. And so for me, my thoughts on it are you're just crushing it, man. Like you are hitting the exact same thoughts that I have. It is a tool. It is there for a medical reason. And I think GLP-1s are getting a bad name and a bad reputation because of social media. I believe social media has all these actors and influencers hopping on it for a weight loss just to get the number down on the scale, but they're not needing it as much for a medical reason. Then it can kind of go into a little bit more muddy waters that we're not going to dive in so we can stay politically correct. But just talking about more along the lines of who is supplying it and why are they supplying it, right? So I have clients that are on GLP-1s. I know you've had clients that are on them or currently do have clients on them. And I think the common denominator I've seen without specifying these clients and their issues is side effects after a prolonged period of taking certain things.
Yeah.
And we're talking side effects that weren't common, but are just popping up. And the only common denominator with all of these clients is once they stop these GLP-1s, those side effects regress, and then they're back to a healthier thing. Yes, the weight does tend to fluctuate back up, but that's because they're no longer on that GLP-1 in that regard. And so it can be used for great. I've seen it used for great. I've seen it used to help people with those diabetes issues and to regulate the hunger control to sustain a healthier body fat to muscle mass ratio. But I think, once again, just kind of circling back to my original answer, the more we see people use it and the more you see your friend use it or your family use it and they're seeing weight loss, and if that's your goal, you're going to do whatever you want and whatever you can to get on that just so you can see that scale go down. Yeah. When you kind of really need to ask yourself, have you stuck with discipline to work out, to eat better, to move, to just get more steps in and try the things the right way? And if so, then yes, once again, talk to your primary care provider, see what they recommend you. But don't replace it just because it's an easier way out, because you're seeing social media or influencers push it to a directive, because you may not know the lasting long-term effects. But we've seen it firsthand what those effects can do to people. Now, what are some of your thoughts or caveats you'd like to cover?
I think it's as far as using it as a tool. Now, just because you use a GLP-1 doesn't mean you now have healthy eating habits, healthy lifestyle, things like that.
Correct.
And yeah, it can be used for weight loss, but is it decreasing inflammation in your body? Is it increasing your energy? Is it building your strength, building muscle, speeding up your metabolism, all that stuff? Short answer, no.
Yeah.
So when we look at like overall health, we think about, all right, cool, you want to lose a few pounds, that's great, but can we get you stronger too? Can we get you learning good habits that you can use in your everyday lifestyle, increasing energy so that we can keep up with kids, grandkids, all those things?
Yeah.
To me, that's what's important. A lot of people have the goal of weight loss, but I want to look at the overall picture, like how can we just improve your health and well-being in general?
And in doing so, if you're making those healthier choices, the weight loss is a pleasant side effect if that's something that you're training for or something that you're looking forward to. We see it all the time. Somebody may come in here for one reason, and then they're hitting 3 different goals just because they're consistently doing the things all together. All right. Yeah.
And then another thing we run into is people are holding on to body fat because they're already grossly under eating. And now whenever we've introduced a supplement that's going to help us eat less, now you're under eating even more. Now, when we under eat, what happens is we start paring down muscle mass, bone mass, things like that, because we're not feeding our body with the proper calories to maintain muscle, maintain your bone mass.
Yeah.
And as you age, your body's going to pare that stuff down naturally. And that's why, strength training, resistance training is so important. And then also fueling your body with good proteins, carbs, and fats is so important too. So if you're building muscle and maintaining your bone mass, your metabolism's higher and you're automatically just going to burn more calories anyways. So fueling your body with the right things is extremely important.
You guys hear this guy speaking straight facts, mic drop. I got nothing else to add.